The chairman of the committee asked a question in regards to a 20-year stewardship contract. He said there's none out there. Are there any being considered?
Yes, I do believe we have one 20-year stewardship contract under development now. And what I can say writ large is that we do use stewardship contracting, the other authorities that we have, quite frequently, as well as all of the other tools that we have available to us: Good Neighbor Authority, Widen Authority, Joint Chiefs, many of the things that we've talked about today. So we do use stewardship contracting a lot. Just the 20-year authority we haven't used as much.
Do you not want to use the 20-year stewardship contract? As the chairman said, that it gives people certainty then, especially for private industry, which has been run out of the West, wouldn't encourage some of them to come back?
Yeah, we do want to use that, Congressman, and this is not my area of expertise, and so we can get you some more details on ones that are being developed or even some of the challenges that we've experienced.
You commented about being accountable when under the questioning of Mr. Bentz from Oregon. How are you accountable? How is the agency accountable with the Hermit's Peak fire?
Yeah, thank you for that question, Congressman, and I just want to acknowledge and say again that we are very sorry for what happened with Hermit's Peak. We know that it had tragic impacts on that community and the people's lives and livelihoods there, as well as some of our employees who live there. We have put a lot of funding, post-fire and disaster funding into that area. We are working together with the community and landowners to help them get access to other USDA programs as well.
Are state and local entities or private landowners allowed to sue the federal government in a situation like that?
Sir, I'm not an attorney. I don't know all the details around that, but yes, I believe there's a lot of active litigation going on right now.
Who manages our forest better, local, state, or federal?
Well, I would say that working in partnership is really critical. We all have our own authorities and our own missions that we work in, and for us, bringing those partners to the table, learning from them, being collaborative and trying to get to a point where we have a lot of social license to do the work that we need to do is critically important for us.
You use the phrase social license. What role does lawsuits play in stymieing the federal landowners from getting projects done?
We do have litigation challenges, sir, in particular in specific regions of the Forest Service. We have that. It can delay projects, and it can delay us from getting work done on the ground.
Would it help to have a loser pays system here in the United States?
I'm sorry, what, sir?
Would it help to have a loser pays system where those that are filing the lawsuits, which you oftentimes win, but then there's no repercussions for those that file those lawsuits that are oftentimes frivolous?
Yeah, I couldn't say one way or the other. I haven't really looked into that. That's part of our democracy. People are going to litigate the decisions that we make, and what we do is try to build deeper partnerships and more collaborations so we can help build trust and social license to do our work.
Mr. Rupert, you mentioned about climate change causing this. What's had a greater impact, climate change or improper management? I always use the watershed year of 1988, where forest management became much less active on our federal lands, and you see the decline in forest production, and you see the incline of fires over the last, 40 years. Which one's had a greater impact?
Yeah, I don't know that I've seen definitive sort of reporting comparing the two and assigning weight. The most comprehensive study that I've seen analysis really hits on all three that have been talked about today: climate, past fire management practices, in particular, with very aggressive suppression over the last century and a half, and then changes in population, so people moving into that wildland-urban interface, those three issues combined.
Do you believe global warming is man-caused?
Not a global warming expert in terms of climate change.
don't have to answer.
Everything that I've read, and all the reference to climate in the atmosphere and a variety of complex factors, including wildfire smoke, that interact in it, and the impact that it has. And I think, that clearly sort of creates that foundation for why we spend so much time talking about how are we going to adapt to this.
You may be correct that these wildfires, with all the smoke that's coming up as a result of improper management, may be befouling the environment and helping cause it. I'm going to ask one real quick final question. We saw the impact of illegal aliens causing fire on federal lands down in southern Arizona. Are you concerned at all with the incredible crush of people coming across our border as a result of the actions of the Biden administration, that we may see wildfires as a result of aliens, illegal aliens going through our federal forest lands, as has happened previously?
Maybe, I'll respond to fire along, in this case, the southern border. Certainly in Tier, we administer hundreds of thousands of acres along the southern border, refuges, parks, BLM land, tribal trust lands. We have a real focus on risk reduction fuels management along the southern border. And that has been the case for many years. And then we also have a real focus on our sort of preparedness and response resources along the southern border as well. And, in terms of regardless of how wildfires ignite, we're doing everything we can to be prepared to interact with that and reduce risk from those fires.